I'm gonna say this in the comments below. You tell me, what do you think about the Red Bull situation? Did they cheat? Did they find some loophole? Whatever it is, comment it down below. What is up, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? Welcome to F1 Friday, the Singapore GP edition. The what in the hell is going on with this track edition? Half the track is dry as shit, half it's wet. They're running intermediates and or slicks. Who knows? Just another race where you know, Ferrari didn't capitalize on what they could have, and I'm just gonna say this right now. It is pretty well sewn up that Max Verstappen has this championship sewn up. He's like 100 or 90 points or something like that ahead. Like, it's so far, it's not even a competition at this point. There's literally pictures of, like, you see of like his name and face scribbled out, and Leclerc's and Perez's face is just being like, oh, this championship is close, because it is. Like, he's so far ahead, it's not even funny. But obviously in this race you had you had Latifi driving straight into Zhao. I'm gonna say Zhao. Just drove him right into the wall, because, you know, that's what Latifi does. You had you had George Russell drive into the side of Mick Schumacher and then say, oh, I left him room. How did he had plenty of room. It's like, well, you're watching the race, even the commentator said, well, George, you turned right into him. Literally right into him. What was an absolute horrible start from Max Verstappen off the grid. You know, dropped like, I want to say 4 or 5 places. He went from like 8th to 12th to 13th, depending on where it was. Right off the bat, just almost anti-stalled it, and, you know, horrible thing. Both Leclerc and Perez both had a 0.29 reaction time to light, which is insane. And then just the Ferrari got wheel spin off of that, and that was the race. Perez got into first, Leclerc got in second, and that's how they finished. Just rolled around in the same positions. Like, nothing bad about it. It's just, you know, it's pretty sad that the whole race no one could catch either one of them. I mean, they were so far ahead of everyone, it's not even funny, that race. So within, you know, 1 or 2, 3 laps after from the first lap to whatever it was, the first safety car, they had a good 5-6 seconds on Sainz in third. Like, that's a big gap to make in that amount of time. You know, safety car for the Zhu and Russell thing. Well, then they built another 6-second gap. The two of them were just so far ahead this race. Verstappen, you know, he did what he had to do to preserve this championship. Not crash, not DQ, just score points. You know, you're not going to be losing enough to Leclerc that it's going to be a challenge unless you start DQing every single race. And so he did what he had to do. He rolled around, you know, in the middle of the pack. Otherwise, you had, who's the other Williams driver? Was it Albon crashed into the wall and took his front wing off? You had Hamilton crash into the wall and just kind of, I don't think he did really much damage to it. He kind of just bent the wing on the left-hand side, so going down the straights or in right-hand corners, it was grinding on the ground, but not a whole bunch of damage. And otherwise, you just had one of those not wet enough to be a wet race, but not dry enough to be a dry race kind of thing. It was exciting to watch because everyone had to, you know, especially the first few laps, because you have to be careful. You can't just slam down and go, because it is wet and you're on intermediates and they're cold and whatnot. You had the very exciting thing of George Russell being 18th to 19th, whatever it was, so he got to be the guinea pig for everyone else. Go into the pits, put on mediums, which I'm surprised they put mediums on, honestly. Surprised they didn't put softs on just for the extra grip, but go on mediums, and you could see him just Tokyo drifting everywhere out of the first few corners, because they're, you know, cold track, cold tires, no heat and everything in them. And oh, nice, that car turned. Sweet. All overall, okay race. You know, not the most boring thing in the world. It's one of the best finishes I think Daniel Ricciardo's seen in a long time, up in 5th. So good for him again. And then of course, you know, obviously if you're going to talk about F1, you gotta say the whatever you want to call it, money scandal, cheating scandal that's going on right now. Apparently that Red Bull interpreted the rules differently, supposedly, quote unquote, than everyone else last year. So people who already thought they cheated, well, now they just think they cheated more. I'm going to say this in the comments below. You tell me, what do you think about the Red Bull situation? Did they cheat? Did they find some loophole? Whatever it is, comment it down below and let me know. Otherwise, tell me what you thought of the race. You know, good race, boring race. Did you watch it live? Did you watch it afterwards? Or you just watch highlights or whatever it is? I record them so I can just watch them later and skip through all the TV commercials and whatever. And because it rained and they started like an hour late, I only got, I don't know, to like lap 30 or 40, so I had to watch the rest of the race in highlights. But whatever it is, comment something down below. Do you like the race? Hate the race? You're glad that Perez got a win? Would you have liked to see Leclerc win? Whatever it is, make sure to comment down below, like, share, subscribe, comment, again, do all the fun things that this platform allows you to do, because obviously it really helps me playing the YouTube algorithm game. I very much appreciate it. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace.